Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to make some videos earlier, but the way this day went did not enable me to do so. This has been one crazy day, a legit crazy day. Thus the name, the background for this video. So, first of all now the vehicle, the Nissan, well the truck's got problems now too, but the Nissan, the lights stay on. The back lights, the brake lights stay on, and they won't go off. I looked up online and watched some videos about it, but it's just not working. They won't turn off, so we had to disconnect the battery. We're going to have to take it back to the mechanic tomorrow. He said come up there early in the morning, so we'll see what happens on that. More expenses. We're already in the negatives, and, yeah. And we were taking Daddy to work. And they told him they were going to give him a good week, try to give him a good week. So hopefully that's true. So he had to leave early. He had to leave early to get a good week in, so that hopefully everything will go well. So we get out there. Actually, yesterday Saturday, first of all, I had that out-of-body type experience. It was like I was dying, but I couldn't. It's like I was leaving my body, but in between awake and asleep. And I was coming back into my body when I was on the couch. It was like I woke up, and then I got shaky, and I felt awful and dizzy, nauseated, like I was disconnecting, but yet my spirit was coming back to my body at the same time as leaving. And it was difficult to... During that time, by the way, two numbers came to my mind. 3 and 8, and they happen to be two of the numbers for the lottery. So that's kind of unusual, kind of weird. But I had an experience where it was just like I was leaving my body and coming back, and it was painful. It was scary and painful. Wow. Literally, as I'm saying this, there are two birds that look just alike coming over here to see me. That is incredible. Two little brown birds. But they're both looking right at me. He's looking for his other friend right now. He's wanting a way in here. Anyway, that's really cool. I was talking about all of this is going on. I wish we could have some good fortune. I know that because some crazy stuff has happened. But we get to town, and the Nissan, when we get back, we notice that the Nissan lights won't go off. As if what we already went through wasn't crazy enough. And after the occurrence where I had that experience I described in a previous video, which a lot of alien abductees go through, a lot of abduction people go through that, and I've gone through it as well, but see, I've had it before, but it was different this time. It was like I was aware that it felt like I was dying but couldn't die. It was weird. It's like, Lord, if you're going to take me, fine. It's like, but it's just, please, like, don't do this. Don't make it in between and feel so painful. Anyway, like something's taking over. I don't like that. But we then get to town the next day, today. And when we get to town, my wallet disappears. Then it turned out that the wallet wound up being suddenly in my mama's pocket. And after so much time of searching, so much time of looking for it, boom, there it was. After all that chaos and everything, we were like wondering what the heck happened to it, where it went. There it was. And then, and it's not like I lost it. It's not like we lost it or anything. But I mean, what little it had in it is still, it's still important. It also had her debit card, so that we had that in there so that, because a lot of times I'll be the one to use it if we wind up using it. Lately, we've been using the cash that's on hand we're in the negatives again, and there's been so many expenses. Life's curveballs, but it's like some kind of strange negative energy has been something's been just working at us. And then we get back. Well, actually, first I'll go back to what happened. Switching around a lot, switching around too much. But we went excuse me, we went to the Pilot Travel Center, fueled up and all of that. After I got after the wallet reappeared, got some food and things for Daddy to bring with him. Then got some groceries that he needed at the store. Don't even get me started with the way the Walmart is now, but that's the only place there that had what he needed, what he wanted to take with him. And the rest of the places have hiked up their prices ridiculously. And then when we went to that Walmart, and they were asking for people. I'll do a video about this. It seems they're customer profiling. Some people they let go, and other people they hold up the line and just ask to look at their items. Let me check your receipt. Let me look at the items, treating you as a potential criminal before you're even. It's like you're guilty till proven innocent anymore, and it's just wrong. And don't get started with the whole thing of, well, if people wouldn't do this, that, or the other, they wouldn't happen. No, that's just profiling. It's annoying. That's just profiling, and it's annoying. And when you're in a hurry, and Daddy was in a hurry, he had to get on the road. He had to get going, and he didn't put up with it. He just went on. Believe me, as much money it was paid for anyway. Yeah, but they didn't bother with him. They told him go on. But everyone else, it was like just sitting in the line, waiting, as if you don't have to go through those annoying doors, and you don't have to go through all that crap. Then you got to go through that. But then they didn't have everything he needed. But then we went to, we tried to use the ATMs there to draw out what we could, even though we would be overdrawn. Needed cash. We didn't want a fee every time we used it, so we had to use cash. Got to do what you have to do. And we went there, none of the ATMs wanted to work. The energy was off. And then, I just seen a weird thing when we got back home, and all the birds are connecting with me, and nature and animals, and they're just looking at me. There was 2 little brown birds, and they identical twin birds, and they just flew down on one on each side of that trailer, and then they just kind of the wagon trailer. They just looked at me. I mean, just now, a little while ago, and just looked at me after I went down there and was speaking to nature. They came back to me, and they just looked at me. They wanted in here with me so badly. They tried to get in the vehicle with me. They wanted to get in the vehicle with me. And then they looked at the I don't know, it was crazy, but I just seen a weird thing run and jump up into the trees a moment ago. Honestly, it looked like a small monkey, which that's what I witnessed. And the dog had a fit a moment ago. Lizzie had a fit. And then it was gone. And then there's a bunch of birds flying around, and you could hear turkeys and things, but then they were gone. But I know I'm sidetracked here, but there's been a dark and moody energy with me, with all of us. It's been on edge, this energy, and it's just been unpleasant. My mama accidentally cut her hand earlier, but I did this energy thing, and it did work for that, but I'm not going to get into that. It stopped the bleeding. But so thankfully I was still able to do that. I have been so high-strung and upset and emotional and just totally emotional, totally just moody like. And it hasn't been pleasant. I don't mean to come off as that way. I don't even mean to be that way, but it happens. And punchy like. And here's the thing. When we get back home, then we find out that the vehicle's having that problem. And I'm like, then she had to call the mechanic and talk, and said that he said to unhook the battery, make sure it doesn't run it down, and then come up there tomorrow morning. But not only did Daddy found out he had 20 more minutes on the clock from the trucks. So they have computers in the trucks now. It's where you have to be on the clock. Go by that stupid computer all the time. That OmniTrack computer system. It's crazy with truck driving anymore. You don't get the time you need to. I mean, the only good thing is it makes you rest when you need to, but it's just too hectic. But the negative energy has been super high today, super heightened. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong. But when I went into the store earlier, the device, they were scanning and stuff, and it was strangely, it was cheaper than it should have been, which is fine. That was a blessing. But it wound up being $46.46. We got paper, we got some groceries, we got necessities, peanut butter, and some things that we needed. And you get anything you need anymore, and it's ridiculous, but it was $46.46. Right after there was something special that took place that I'm not going to talk about for this video, but it meant a lot to me. It was this particular person's ringtone of the song meant a lot to me. But I'm not going to get into what or why in this video. Not right now anyway. Maybe sometime. Maybe I might sometime, but not for this one. But it was certain blessings did happen, but also certain crazy things. And now there's going to be more expenses. I'm hoping, since it's with just the brake lights, I'm hoping that it's just something small and inexpensive. But just remember, without your viewership, I'm nothing. I mean, my channel is nothing without your donations. There's a lot that can be helped with your donations. And I'm just telling you what all happened throughout the day. Because I wanted to, a few people try to email and talk to me and talk in the comments and stuff. And YouTube's not notifying me of comments anymore. They're being very restrictive anymore. They're just not doing a lot. They've cut back on a lot that they weren't doing before. That they were doing before. And it's just crazy. They're really restricting. But it's almost like everything that could go wrong was going wrong today. Machines didn't work. The ATM, just every bad luck you could think of, but yet something was also around, a spiritual energy at the same time. And these birds that I seen this strange looking creature just a little while ago, and it ran through the yard, then through the brush, and jumped up into the tree, and swung up into the tree, just like it was about the size of a small monkey. So, I just witnessed that. You all know what I deal with. And I was just telling y'all exactly what I dealt with. Georgia Bigfoot, you'll know exactly what I mean. And I jumped out of the Nissan. I was sitting out here. It's like a sauna out here right now anyway. Can't run it because we've got the battery disconnected anyway not to run it down. So that when we take it up there in the morning, we can actually start it. We won't have to use the jump starter. And won't have to use that so he can see what's going on, hopefully. Hopefully something small with the brake. And that's when I was sitting out here, and that's when I witnessed that. Georgia Bigfoot, you know what I'm talking about with these strange beings. And many of you as well, many of you know. But I witnessed that thing, and it jumped, and Lizzie was like, she went, started barking, having a fit. And it jumped and swung and climbed up into the tree, just like King Louie on the Jungle Book, or Tailspin. It was crazy. Just like a small monkey. It ran and then just jumped up the tree, swung up to the top of the building, and it made a lot of loud noise when I was walking toward it. And then I heard a lot of turkeys. When I got back to the vehicle, two birds just roosted right there on that wagon and stared at me. And then they were just turning their head, and one of them kind of had kind of a spiky looking. It was weird. His feathers had been ruffled, and like he had spiky hair. It was ruffled, and he was looking at me. Which birds don't have hair, I know that, but that's what it looked like. The feathers looked spiky, like on the head, and he was just looking at me, and they were both looking at me. Now there's a tiny little katydid, one of those little green bugs looking at me. It's like nature's trying to speak to me. Maybe some good fortune will be on the way. This has been one crazy, crazy day. We also had, this weirdness that's like iodine. All of a sudden was in this bag. of ours. We don't have an iodine container. We don't have an iodine container in there. Iodine liquid wound up being all over everything in the seat, all over the bag, and then in the peroxide bottle. You can't have iodine in a peroxide bottle that, I mean, it was iodine in the peroxide bottle. And yeah, I don't know where all that iodine came from. There was no iodine in there. And it was this orange liquid just all over everything, and you can't get it off of anything. You can't get it off of you, your clothes, anything in there. It just stains it, and it's... I'm sure you hear that drone thing going over again. Wish I could record it. It's one of those drone/plane things. Anyway, it's been one of those days. Send your prayers, and if you can, send donations to help out. I appreciate those that did for my birthday and for any other time. Thank you very much. Jose Martinez, Kelly-Mare, Alaska, Georgia Bigfoot, all of you who sent the donations for my birthday. And I mean, I appreciate it a lot. If anyone out there could send some more to help us out with these crazy situations we're going with and negative finances, hey, that's what, without you all, I don't have a channel. So, I mean, you are everything. So, peace and much love. I love you all. Just thought I'd give you an update on what happened. It's like, man, it's like, dang, something is going on. Peace. God bless. Keep us in your prayers. Keep us in your love and prayers. Send positive energy. And all this stuff going on in this world, there's a lot of craziness, and if you're awake and you see it, I don't see how so many people cannot see it. But I know you all do. So peace, stay awake, and just, if you can, links below if you can. That's all I can say. Peace. I'm out. Subscribe, like, share, and all that good stuff.